This is protecting clinicians. So we're talking about people who work to serve patients, providing gender affirming care, providing reproductive care.
227 states there is only a legal right to encourage gender dysphoria and not to question it or slow it down.
A public hearing went late into the night last week in the state of Maine. The hearing revolved around Bill LD 227 that supporters say would provide legal protection for those seeking, quote, gender-affirming care, as well as abortions. Opponents are warning it puts children in serious danger of human trafficking and kidnapping by allowing transportation of minor children to Maine and tramples on parental rights. The legislation would prohibit enforcement of subpoenas and judgments from other states, which prompted attorneys general from 16 states to co-sign a letter threatening to sue the state of Maine. One state representative in Maine is speaking out in strong opposition to this bill. Katrina Smith joins us now. Representative Smith, welcome, not only as a legislator, but also as a mother. Why are you against this proposed legislation?
This proposed legislation is really horrific for parents around the country who are concerned about what someone will have their child do in another state. This bill gives a legal right to children from around the country to come to Maine and have gender services or an abortion. And that means that they have the right. So if that child gets here and you as a parent didn't want them to have any gender services or an abortion, that child has its own legal right because they come to Maine, and you would not be able to stop your child or save your child if someone that isn't someone that loves them, a trafficker or a rapist even, somebody like that brings them here, you would have no rights to try to stop your child or save your child from these procedures.
Extremely concerning, and supporters say the bill it protects medical providers, but concerns have been raised about human trafficking and parental rights. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, sure, it protects medical providers, but what does it protect them from? It protects them from, giving an abortion to a child whose parents might not have approved it. It protects a medical provider from maybe disfiguring or harming somebody who goes through a gender transition and regrets it years later. It protects them, but it's not the right kind of protection. It's not protection because they're doing a legitimate job. It's a protection because they're doing something that somebody is going to be upset about. It's not even about Maine kids. This is about other, children around the country,
Right.
which is proven by the letters that the attorney generals wrote to Maine. They said, don't do this to our kids. We, it's something we don't want.
Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. And can you tell me how this legislation came about, Representative Smith?
Well, we had a bill just a month ago called LD 1735, which was basically the same thing on a smaller version about gender trafficking and allowing people to come to this state and hiding them once they're here. That bill was killed because of the public outcry from around the country. To be honest with you, the Maine legislators don't care that much about what the Mainers have to say. But if it gets enough attention throughout the country, they start to back off. So that bill was killed and they have brought it back up. I don't know why. We have full-term abortion horrifically here in Maine, and they just can't put the subject down. They have to keep pushing it. They know that providers, something's going to happen with an abortion that a provider does, that they needed further legal protection. And I think that's why they keep pushing this bill and are bringing this bill forward.
Wow. And, it seems like Mainers are speaking up about this law. What's the likelihood that this bill is going to become law?
Unfortunately, I think it's too expansive. There's so many aspects of it to it that are just insane.
Yeah.
But now they're digging their heels in a little bit. They are saying, we're going to do this. You can't tell us what to do. It's a little bit of a two-edged sword, the attention from around the country and those attorney generals from conservative states, because the Democrats here don't want to be told what to do. They think they're on the right side of this when we know they aren't. But I fear they're going to dig in their heels. But I also have hope that it's just too much that they won't tackle it. Just could use your prayers in that area for sure.
Certainly. Representative Smith, is there anything else happening in the State House in Maine regarding this bill or other items that our viewers should be aware of, things that we should be praying for or learning about?
Well, we just really do not have respect for life here in Maine, both on the abortion side, the elderly side, conversion therapy. It's really a dark place in Maine, and we are trying to fight it and keep the our voices out there, telling people to just keep us in prayer. We're a small state, but if it happens in our state and they figure out how to do it, that's when they bring it to other states because they figured out how to get it through here in Maine. So it's really, a difficult spot we're in. We have hope that we can change things, but the state of Maine definitely needs to turn around, and it will affect the rest of the country.
Well, you're certainly a beacon of light in the darkness. Representative Katrina Smith, thank you for speaking out on this bill and for joining us today. God bless you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.